Yes, we're here for the 159th University Boat Race between Oxford and Cambridge. I'm here by the start on the University Stone in Putney. The bridge in the background is all about to start very, very shortly. But right now, we've got an exclusive for you. We're over to Laura Cornelius with the Royal Marines and their preparations for the new enhanced security for this year's boat race. Over to you, Laura.
We are here at the headquarters of the Royal Marines Reserves in Wandsworth. We have been invited specially behind the scenes here as we meet the men of 2 Raiders Troop. They are preparing for the boat race tomorrow. They will be helping out with some of the security there. So I'm here to find out exactly what they're up to today and how they're preparing.
A bit of history, why this year is different from the previous years. I don't know if you're all aware, but last year there was a jumper in the water which actually stopped the race, and that caused massive confusion. This year they've actually asked if we put on more security to help the police, as a forewarning for the police if anything's going on. We are there as a deterrent. The places they've picked are the places they believe the biggest crowds will be in most vulnerable points. So you are very much in the public eye. Every craft will have 2 maritime VHF on board. One of the maritime VHF radios will be on a net to be able to talk to the police, not to be used by us as a chat net. What's going to happen today then? Completion of brief, go off and get the wagon packed. We need 7 skins, 8 engines and all the kit relevant to run 6 boats. Once that's all done, we'll then move from here to Barn Elms, about half mile up the river from the start point from Putney Bridge. We'll then build the boats, get them all squared away, get ourselves booted and spurred and go onto the water this afternoon at some point and go up that for the race route. Right, and on the race route we'll stop on occasion and let you know where each boat will be placed.
So the Marines and myself have now made it down to Barn Elms, which is just a short drive away from their HQ. As you can see, I'm nearly all kitted up and ready to go. We're just a very short boat ride away from Putney Bridge, which is just that way. And we've also got Fulham Football Club right behind us as well. We're going to be setting up these boats now, making sure they're all ready to go, and then hopefully doing our first rehearsal.
One of our smaller boats, it's an inflatable raiding craft, also known as a Zodiac. It's a rubber boat. Comes folded up, pre-packed, so it can be unrolled and inflated and stowed and carried uninflated for ease of travel. As you can see, it just unrolls. Chaps just unroll it, untie it, and then replace all the bungs and set all the valves to inflate. The craft also comes with foot pumps, but for ease of today we're using a vacuum to inflate the boat. Normally takes around 2.5 to 3 minutes to inflate the boat. These boats are mainly used for riverine operations and covert beach insertion. They're very quiet, very tight to the water, so they're hard to spot, especially at night. Downside is they're made of rubber and they don't tend to be very bulletproof. Just for a bit of speed and extra purpose, the guys have got the foot pumps out just to top it up. Obviously black is the colour of choice in the military for these boats. Lighter shades have been considered, but black seems to be the favourite. Once inflated, the boat's kitted out with 2 boats bags up forward, which carry spare parts, including the pumps, puncture maintenance kit, spare fuel lines, and anything to keep the boat for its running, troubleshooting, keeping it afloat. Once fully inflated, all the valves are turned, obviously to keep all the air in. The tube's all sectioned, so should you get a puncture or some damage to any part of the boat, only one part of the boat would deflate, not the whole thing. It's quite important to make sure these valves are all changed once inflated, so that keeps the boat afloat. As you can see, paddles are put on in case of engine failure, but the paddles are rarely used as the engine tick over on these is so quiet that it's more efficient just to use the engine than the paddles, but they're on there for emergencies. Once inflated, it's still a 4-man lift. Lift it over, pop the engine on. So this is the engine fitting onto the back of the Zodiac. It's a 50 horsepower petrol engine. Gives the craft a top speed of around 25 to 28 knots in nice flat calm conditions. Slightly reduced today because we've got prop guard on. Should anyone be close in the water close to the engine, so it gives them a bit of protection, but unfortunately it just reduces the speed down a fraction. Engine just clips on with 2 screw nuts and a little wire strop, and that's it, all attached. All they need to do now is the fuel bags go in, is then connect it up to the engine, and once the engine's in the water, flash it up and away they go.
So we're all suited and booted, got my life jacket on ready to go just in case the very worst did happen, but I'm hoping these guys are not going to let that happen, right? Pete, tell us a little bit more about this rehearsal. What's going on? What exactly are we doing?
The plan is for us to go up the river and look at the vulnerable points where it's expected there could be an issue, and where we're going to place our teams along the river. We've got 6 spots we're going to look at, and the plan is to go and check them out, see where we can moor up.
Now in the briefing this morning they said 7 knots I think was the fastest you could do. How quick are we going now?
This is roughly 7 knots, I would say, yeah. It's not an exact science.
We want to go faster! Now I'm going to get in trouble.
It'll be me that gets in trouble, not you. We've been given rough areas where there's going to be quite large crowds, so we're going to recce routes and find a decent place where we can tie up tomorrow and just keep an eye on things from there.
So all in all today, how long will you be out on the river?
Probably 2 to 3 hours, I reckon, and then that'll probably be out. We'll de-service the boats, and then maybe another debriefing, and then get ready for tomorrow.
Putney Pier? I imagine it will be a lot busier tomorrow than it is right now, though.
Expect the bridge and all the banks around here to be have a lot of spectators on. Might be a bit less this year due to the weather, but
I bet it feels quite liberating though to be on the boat where there's so much space around you and you see everyone gathered up so tight.
definitely.
A bit like when the Jubilee was on.
Yeah, and I wasn't around for the Jubilee, but I did the Olympics in the summer, and it's quite a different view on the city to be buzzing up and down on small craft.
It must be quite a good feeling, I imagine, and having everyone kind of watching.
Yeah, quite a good, efficient way to get around the city as well. A lot quicker than getting stuck in the traffic. The flotilla that follows the race that will create the massive wake that will wash up the banks and get all these cars and spectators wet who didn't believe us when we told them to step back from the water's edge.
Well, I've had a great day on the water here, watching some of the preparations go into the security for tomorrow's boat race with our Marines. Thank you so much, guys, for letting me come on board and have some fun on the boat. What's left to say? Well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens tomorrow, but it's going to be a good day, I'm sure. You've been watching South West London TV, and I'm Laura Cornelius.
Well, thanks to Laura there for a fantastic piece on the Royal Marines preparation supporting the 159th boat race. I've got to say though, I think she drew the short straw, because while she's out there in the cold and wet, surrounded by those big hunky Marines, I'm here in the warm about to interview some of the pub owners. And I'm right now here by the Duke's Head, a pub which is really synonymous with the boat race, dating back to 1866. I'm going to have a chat to Damon, the general manager. We're going to have a pint. Damon, thanks very much for joining us.
No problem at all.
How much, say, Pimm's or beer do you use on the actual day?
Around about 40 barrels of Heineken. A barrel of Heineken is about 160, 170 pints. So 40 barrels of those. Pimm's, Young's is fantastic. We have Pimm's on draft, which is one of the only companies that do have it. One, it's better quality, better temperature, and it's easy to serve as well. So for Pimm's as well, we would touch around 30 barrels. And yet again, that's about 170 pints as well, and they're the main spellers. But then you've got bottled Bulmers. Bottled Bulmers will fly out, absolutely fly out. Last year we ordered, I think it was 100 cases, 24 in a case. So, and we ran out about 9 o'clock in the evening. So
for the atmosphere on the day, around the pub, around the Duke's Head? Is there ever any trouble?
It's a fantastic crowd. So polite. Police are very well organised. It's one of the most enjoyable times of the year. It's the most enjoyable pub to run the boat race in. So no, it's fantastic. It's tiring, but it's fantastic.
Another equally famous boat race pub is the Star and Garter, and we met the owner Nick as he made the final preparations for the big day. Nick, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for coming down.
So Nick, obviously this is a massive workup for you. Do you have any idea how many, pints of beer you're going to sell on the day, or how many kind of glasses of Pimm's?
Yes, well, we certainly expect to sell a lot of draft beer, which will be our biggest seller on the day out by the river, probably anywhere upwards from 7,000 pints, which when you think about it like that, obviously it comes into us in kegs, which is a different mentality. But yeah, it's a lot. And yeah, people are really quite responsible with it, which is nice, and have a good time. We also hope our local butcher can supply us with enough of the sausages and the hamburgers to get through for the day.
It's going to really be busy here. So do you have to bring in extra staff?
Yeah, we do. Well, like I said, it's a family business. We have other units that we can call on and people we can borrow staff from. So yeah, everyone sort of chips in and helps and sends us a couple of guys from here and there. And we build up a team of over 30 people that we use to operate on the day front of house.
So you call in all the uncles and aunts and the great aunts and the second nephews?
Exactly. Anyone from the family who can help out. If Gran wants to come down, she's welcome.
Even Gran, fantastic. I heard she bought a good pint. How about in relation to local organisations supporting you, like the police? Do you have a good relationship with them?
Absolutely. We couldn't have a better relationship with the local police force. They're really cooperative with us. To be honest, we never get any trouble. The boat race is always a fantastic environment. Everyone's so friendly. We've been doing it for years and never had any trouble with it. And the police back us up very well. The clean-up job that's done by the council is just fantastic. They have everything back and looking nice by the morning in no time. There's obviously the competitive element to it, but everyone's so friendly and so kind. It brings a community together, and by the river, it couldn't be better.
Well, things are beginning to heat up. The masses are gathering. As you can see, the drink is flowing as well. They've got the Heineken tent behind us and some fantastic barbecue action going on at the Duke's Head. And I'm here with one of the volunteer members, a special constable. Joel, you've been working the boat race now for a few hours, and it's a great atmosphere around, yes?
Yeah, we've got a steady build-up of crowds. It's looking pretty chilled out at the moment. Obviously, our main concern is just public safety. We're just making sure people are behaving in an orderly fashion. But otherwise, yeah, it's a very family-orientated event, so we're just making sure people are having a good time and just making sure that it's all safe for everyone.
And is the Mayor of London himself here? Is Mr. Boris Johnson around?
I'm not sure. He might be somewhere along the route.
I'm sure we'll spot his golden locks at some point. Thank you, Joel, for chatting to us. I really appreciate it, and thank you for all your hard work as well. I'm here with Darren, who's one of the managers for the St John's Ambulance. Darren, thank you very much for joining us.
No problem, thank you.
Darren, tell us, I believe you've been here for 14 different boat races.
Yep, there's around 50 of our volunteers here today, and I've been coming for about the last 14 years.
So you're one of 50. Do you all have an allegiance? Are you cheering for Oxford or Cambridge?
No allegiance as such.
You sure?
Yeah, definitely. I know they go one way down the river, and that's about my limit of rowing.
Well, Darren, you're doing a fantastic job, and again, it's volunteers like you that make events like this happen, so we really do appreciate it. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. So there are loads of charities here today raising money for excellent causes, and I'm here with Jane from Follow Your Dreams. Hello, Jane.
Hello.
Jane, tell us a little bit about the charity you're raising money for today.
We raise money for children with special needs. The schools come to us, tell us what they need, and we help raise funds.
And you said a few years ago you managed to raise £700.
700 and a penny here, and I'm determined to beat that today.
Well, good luck. Thank you very much for chatting to us. Jane said I had a fantastic smile, so we had to get her on camera. I hope you agree. Thanks very much. Rob, Henry and Philippa, three people who've gone out of their way to remain inconspicuous for the boat race in 2013. Thanks very much for joining us on South West Island Television. Can I ask, why the costumes?
Well, I've been stitched up today, so I got told, get in a costume, everyone will be, thousands of people will be in costumes today, it'll be a great event to just lay low, but no, I've obviously been stitched up.
And I'm guessing, Henry, you were stitched up by these two either side of you. Is this right, Philippa? Yes?
Yeah, by that one, the chicken obviously fits in with Easter, but I'm not sure where we quite come in on the whole situation.
I'm not sure. Yeah, Tigger, a chicken, and you're fox. Fantastic, a fox. I should have known this. And our chicken man over there. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very well, thank you.
And who are you supporting today?
Cambridge.
Cambridge? Are you all Cambridge supporters?
I'm kind of in between. It's kind of like who wins will get my vote.
I like your thinking. Well, thank you very much for joining us at South West London Television. Have a great boat race. Thanks for chatting to us. Back in the Star and Garter with the manager here, Nick. Nick, it's really heating up in here. Great atmosphere.
Atmosphere is absolutely electric right now. It's really good, really good.
And it's just starting to snow outside, so people are pouring in even more. It's going to be great for business.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people coming in all day. The outside bar's been non-stop, and now everyone's coming in, and it's just absolutely electric. Yeah.
And how's the barbecue going?
Barbecue's going great, yeah. We've sold a lot of burgers, a lot of hot dogs, and surprisingly enough, they're still out there getting them out in the rain, which is fantastic.
And are you still keeping your fingers crossed it's going to be an Oxford win?
Still keep my fingers crossed.
Alex, Hannah and Johnny, as you can see, they've dressed up specially for the occasion. I've got a feeling they're Cambridge supporters.
This one is Hughes Hall, Cambridge, and we've got 2 guys in the boat today. Representing.
Which two?
Niles Garrett, I think, and Ty Otto.
So you'll be cheering for them?
Yep, we will be. Yep, definitely.
And this is the ladies' version?
No, this is St Edmunds College, and there's also St Edmunds rollers in the boat today. So fingers crossed, it's going to be a blue win, light blue win.
I'm with you on that. Come on, Cambridge. Thanks very much indeed.
Cheers.
So I'm back with Damon outside the Duke's Head. Damon, thanks for joining us again.
No problem, all good, all good.
Has it been really busy for you so far?
It has been a great start, really, really great start. Still a bit chilly, but people are bearing it up, and it's been a really good start, really nice crowd coming in.
And you're absolutely heaving inside.
Yeah, it's a really busy one, which is fantastic. And we knew, and you know, the British public love the boat race, so they're a very hearty crowd. We're full, and we're only going to get busier as well.
Well, I've got my flag, so I think you can see who I'm supporting for this particular race. And we're only a few moments now from the start time. The Isis and Goldie Cruise have just started, and I'm going to go and find myself a nice bit of the river to watch this historic race. We do hope you've enjoyed our behind-the-scenes coverage of the 159th boat race. And if you like this, then subscribe to our YouTube channel at South West London Television for more great reports about South West London. I'm Keith Maynard. Thanks for watching.